Govinda, Jaya Jaya. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Bhakta Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Bhakta Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guravi Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadati Svapadantikam. Hare Krishna and good morning to everybody. We are reading today from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila. We are starting new chapter, chapter 10, 1. And the chapter has the title, The Trunk, Branches and Sub-Branches of the Chaitanya Tree. Srila Prabhupada writes, as an introduction to this chapter describes the branches of the tree named Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in the last chapter, there was being spoken about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being a gardener, and a gardener is naturally growing plants, and then he himself is speaking about distributing the fruits which come out of these plants. So this is more or less the idea behind the tree, with its branches and sub-branches, which are the associates, or not just the associates, but the ones who picked up the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this started to distribute it to the people, distributing the fruits which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was kind of deliberating on in the last chapter, that he alone, what can he do alone by distributing those fruits? There are so many fruits and so many people to get them. And so now comes the answer in form of a tree, in form of his assistants, associates, one of which being ISKCON also, which purpose is to distribute the fruits of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's gardening activities. Okay, text 1. Shri Chaitanya Padam Bhoja Madhu Petyo Namo Namaha Kathanchit Ashrayat Yesham Shvapitat Gantha Bhag Bhavit. Okay, thank you. I was just reading once through, and now we go step by step. Shri Chaitanya Padam Bhoja Madhupetyo Namo Namaha Kathanchit Ashrayat Yesham Shvapi tat gandha bhag bhavit. Shri Chaitanya padam bhoja. Madhupebhyo namo namaha. Kadhanchit ashrayad yesham. Shvapi tat gandha bhag bhavit. Shvapi tat gandha bhag bhavit. Shri Chaitanya padam bhoja. Madhupebhyo namo namaha. Kadhanchit ashrayat yesham. Shvapi tat gandha bhag bhavit. Prabhus.
Shri Chaitanya Padam Bhoja.
Shri Chaitanya padam bhoja.
Madhupebhyo namo namaha.
Madhupebhyo namo namaha.
Kadhanchit ashrayat yesham.
Kadhanchit ashrayat yesham. Swapi tad gandha bhag bhavit. Shri Chaitanya padam bhoja. Madhupebhyo namo namaha. Kadhanchit ashrayat yesham. Shvapi tad gandha bhag bhavit. Shri Chaitanya, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Pada Ambhoja, the lotus feet, Madhu, honey, yeah, Pebyaha, unto those who drink, Namaha, respectful obeisances, Namaha, respectful obeisances, Kathanchit, a little of it, Ashrayat, taking shelter of, Yesham, of whom, Shva, right? What? No, dog. Shva. Shva. Dog. Api, also. Tat gandha, the aroma of the lotus flower. Hak, shareholder. Bhavit, may become. Translation. Let me repeatedly offer my respectful obeisances unto the bee-like devotees who always taste the honey of the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If even a doggish non-devotee somehow takes shelter of such devotees, he enjoys the aroma of the lotus flower. A little mysterious text. Verse again. Shri Chaitanya padam bhoja madhupebhyo namo namaha kathanchid ashrayat yesham shvapitat gandha bhag bhavit. Let me repeatedly offer my respectful obeisances unto the bee-like devotees who always taste the honey of the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If even a doggish non-devotee somehow takes shelter of such devotees, he enjoys the aroma of the lotus flower. Purport. The example of a dog is very significant in this connection. A dog naturally does not become a devotee at any time, but still it is sometimes found that the dog of a devotee gradually becomes a devotee also. We have actually seen that a dog has no respect even for the tulasi plant. Indeed, a dog is especially inclined to pass urine on the tulasi plant. Therefore, the dog is the number one non-devotee. Clear, no? But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement is so strong that even a dog-like non-devotee can gradually become a devotee by the association of a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Shivananda Sena, a great householder devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, attracted a dog on the street while going to Jagannath Puri. The dog began to follow him and ultimately went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and was liberated. Similarly, cats and dogs in the household of Srivas Thakur were also liberated. Cats and dogs and other animals are not expected to become devotees, but in the association of a pure devotee, they are also delivered. Here is interesting that it's a bit probably a bit of poetic language. If even a dog or a dogish non-devotee somehow takes shelter of such devotees who are tasting the honey of the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also enjoys the aroma of the lotus flower. Now, this is a bit of allegoric sense of saying that they also are at the feet of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has lotus feet. This is one way of understanding it. No? I have somehow the feeling that there is some other way also, but I cannot, how to say, see it. Somebody else has an idea what this could mean also? That they are, if even a dog takes shelter of such devotees, he enjoys the aroma of the lotus flower.
I think also the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also from their feet, they're also like lotuses.
Mm-hmm.
So if you seek shelter by them, you also get the aroma of the lotus, because they also have it, not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is also probably how we can see it. But I believe probably the most direct meaning is valid. That they are also close to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through such association, and the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they emanate apparently some aroma. So there is how to say, something to be smelled also, no? When one is close to lotus feet of the Lord, maybe suddenly reality begins to smell very nicely, or something like this, no? Some mystical thing. Okay, so I would suggest we read a little further. There are a few nice verses also. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. This is similar verse which we are chanting regularly, but a little modified. The rhythm is a bit different and some words are missing. Okay. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Prabhu and all glories to the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, headed by Shrivas. Emalira evrikshira akatya kathana ebeshuna mukya shakaranama vivarana. The description of Lord Chaitanya as the gardener and the tree is inconceivable. Now hear with attention about the branches of this tree. Now we are getting there. Chaitanya Goshanira Yatra Parishada Chaya Guru Lagu Bhava Tanra Nahaya Nishchaya. The associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were many, but none of them should be considered lower or higher. This cannot be ascertained. Yata yata mahakanta kailatan sabaraganana keha karibare nare jestalagu krama. All the great personalities in the line of Lord Chaitanya enumerated these devotees, but they could not distinguish between the greater and the lesser. Meaning, yeah, there was no distinction, no rank, so to say. It's just either you have love of God or you don't have it. No, it's probably like this. Ataeva tansabare kari namaskara nama matra kari dosha nalavya amara. I offer my obeisances unto them as a token of respect. I request them not to consider my offenses. Text 7. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pramamara Taro Priyan Shakarupan Bhaktaganan Krishna Prema Phala Pradan. I offer my obeisances to all the dear devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the eternal tree of love of Godhead. I offer my respects to all the branches of the tree, the devotees of the Lord, who distribute the fruit of love of Krishna. Now here is again the explanation what the tree is meaning and what the fruits are. No, the tree is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The branches are his devotees who spread his message and distribute the fruits which are growing on the tree, which is love of God, love of Krishna. Purport. Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami sets the example of offering obeisances to all the preacher devotees of Lord Chaitanya, without distinction as to higher and lower. Unfortunately, at present there are many foolish so-called devotees of Lord Chaitanya who make such distinctions. For example, the title Prabhupada is offered to a spiritual master, especially to a distinguished spiritual master such as Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, or Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. When our disciples similarly wanted to address their spiritual master as Prabhupada, some foolish people became envious. Not considering the propaganda work of the Hare Krishna movement, simply because these disciples addressed their spiritual master as Prabhupada. They became so envious that they formed a faction along with other such envious persons just to minimize the value of the Krishna consciousness movement. To chastise such fools, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very frankly says, Keha karibare nare jvesta lagu krama. Anyone who is a bona fide preacher of the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must be respectful to the real devotees of Lord Chaitanya. One should not be envious, considering one preacher to be very great and another to be very lowly. This is a material distinction and has no place on the platform of spiritual activities. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami therefore offers equal respect to all the preachers of the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are compared to the branches of the tree. ISKCON is one of these branches, and it should therefore be respected by all sincere devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada is here deliberating on the at his time ongoing incident because of him being not very prominent at his time among the disciples of his spiritual master Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And even though he was not very prominent, he was not a well, yeah, actually he was a sannyasi later on, but in the earlier days there were many sannyasis who did not, how to say, maybe think very highly of a grihasta who came now and then with his suitcase to see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati after work. And still, he was the one who went to the West and managed to get root there and to start spreading the movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a big scale. So, and then even as this was not enough, um, um, he allowed his disciples to call him Prabhupada, and this was too much for some of his god brothers, who started to criticize him. Even he says even gathered and formed kind of a opposition to him. And Srila Prabhupada is here stating one truth, that the tree of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has many branches, and ISKCON is one of these branches. He's trying to establish position of ISKCON as a bona fide branch of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree. Now, as for us, we should also know that sometimes, especially on the beginning of our devotional service, we might be under the impression that ISKCON is the only bona fide branch, the only bona fide movement or spreading body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. But this is here also being refuted by this statement, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree has many branches, and ISKCON is just one of those branches. Now, this we need to know at every moment of our engagement in devotional service, that there are also other movements, fractions. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki jai, Shri Giri Govardhana ki jai. That there are also other movements or fractions which serve as the branches of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which produce fruits and are being distributed to the people in general. It is well known by statement of Srila Prabhupada himself, whatever philosophy produces love of Godhead is a bona fide philosophy. Whichever philosophy is teaching their followers to love God and to think of God, this is bona fide and must be considered part of the tree of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like this. Are there any questions or comments on what we have said and read up to now?
Yeah. So how do we interact with those branches, apart from ISKCON?
We have an answer here also, respectfully. respectfully in terms of respecting their ways, but also respectfully to our way. No, does not mean merging with each other, but meaning uh, recognizing different approach to distributing fruits as we have, and but on the same time trying to learn if there is something to learn, and at the same time staying true to one's own path. No, so that there is no uh, separating mentality, which will be influence of Kali, but there is a unity mentality. That is requires a delicate balancing. Some how to say, some experience is necessary to do that. But the beginning should always be respect, not aversion. No, this is very important. That we are not on the level of persons which Srila Prabhupada is describing in this purport, that are envious of something which they do not understand, because aversion is very close to envy, and envy is something which we if it forms in the heart, this means, oh, there is some work to do for myself. I'm still envious. I cannot see everything with equal vision, without higher and lower, no, as we see here mentioned. So we should never think of us being better than others, or our philosophy being better than others. We should never think this way, even though it may be better, but it should never be, uh, 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 mm, how to say, meditated upon in this way by an advanced person. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Then I would suggest we end here. This was verse number 7, was the last one. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. All glories to the assembly devotees. Hare Krishna. Danke dir, Mataji, die Gelegenheit.
Irgendwie habe ich Schwierigkeiten mit dir, so was ich meditiert habe. Ich habe mir nicht Rhythmen und auch nicht Rhythmus. Aber ich habe meinen Weg, Rhythmus zu halten. Aber bei dir, weil normalerweise weiß ich, der Rhythmus laut, wo die also wo die Wörter. Und bei dir ist es irgendwie Und dann
7 years
manchmal
in UK, 7 years in Luxembourg.
man zu Ferien mit dem Rathaus an irgendwie Pause nehmen. Also ich habe das
Actually, 5 or 6. And
also es ist
so
nicht
I'm
irgendwie
traveling
total
one here and
aber
then we can go again and then 5, 6.
ich bin noch nicht Experte genug. Deine Frage. Und auch weil wir so langsam sind. Weil heute war das mir ein bisschen zu schnell, aber anscheinend nicht. Anscheinend nicht.
I'm going to Netherlands. Yeah, yes.
Dan komt het. Type is bestemd van de lijn.